Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back, and I haven't done a character creation video in a while, and it dawned on me that let's do one. Why not? They're fun. I wanted to put together a magician, and for the magician, you can actually create quite a few different classes for them, like Dark Elf, Magician, Erudite, Magician, Gnome, Magician. I think for this one, though, I actually wanted to do a gnome, because gnomes are short and fun, and why the hell wouldn't you? For gnomes, everything is based upon their intelligence. I'm sorry, for a magician, everything is based upon their intelligence as far as your mana pool. Mana is your most important trait because this is a casting class. More importantly, this is a summoning and casting class, so they get pets, which we'll go into in a little bit once we jump into the game. As far as your point attributes go, gnomes are kind of middle of the pack as far as your starting intelligence. Other classes get a higher starting intelligence. I think erudites are the highest. So for this, I'm going to dump it into, let's see, what's the max? 133? We'll take it down to 130. Nice even number to start out with. Get my guy just a little extra health, and we'll go with 5 extra strength. So strength will help me carry around more items. Being that I'm a caster, my strength is generally very low to start with, and so I can't carry around as much without becoming encumbered, which means you're going to walk slower, which means if you need to run, you're screwed. So stamina just affects our health, and then again, intelligence is our primary attribute affecting our mana pool. So let's hit next for our Gnome Magician. Deity, as always, like I've said, can cause more trouble than good. You've got Burtox, and then you've got Brelsorellis. If you want to go with that, be my guest. For this, I'm just going to go agnostic because it doesn't really matter. Let's grab ourselves a name, and I don't think the letter K is going to work for a name. Ixir. Sure, why not? And we're going to start in the city of Ak'Anon. Now, somebody, if you want, can prove me wrong, but isn't Ak'Anon like the largest single zone city ever? I mean, wandering around in this place can be an absolute nightmare if you don't know your way, and it's just, oof, it's hard. Okay, so I've got this. So you know what? I'm going to cut over, and I'm going to edit. Okay, so I'm back, and as you can see, I've got my UI mostly set up, and this is the great thing for casters, is you get a spell bar, where you can memorize all of your spells from your spells that are scribed into your spell book. So with this UI specifically, I have a little book button, and before I get too far into the city, let's just do this right now. This opens up my spell book, and for starting out, you actually get a couple of spells. So, Minor Shielding, which is just going to improve my armor class a little bit so I don't die as quickly, and Burst of Flame, which is just a quick little cast. So the way casters work is every 4 levels, I believe. So it's level 1 for right now, then level 4, then level 8, then 12, etc. All the way up to 50, and then you get a couple per level. But they cost money to buy and are actually probably really hard for casters to start up with, because anybody who's played from a straight noob standpoint can tell you that money does not come easily in this game. So you can see there I just memorized my 2 spells to my spell bar, and now I can cast them whenever I want. So let's see if I don't. Hey, first try. Boom. Oh, that's my... There it is. Don't need that. Let's hide the song window because it's pointless. And there we go. So now you can see I've got my minor shielding buff. If I hit I, you can see my AC went up just a little bit. And that's all we need to know. So for this, like every tutorial, I start with my letter. And for this, I am going to master Wugan Azusphere in the Library Mechana Magica. Who doesn't love that? So I went through the tunnel here that starts from the Priest of Discord. And off to the right, once you get out of the tunnel, is the library up north. Well, up top. I don't know if it's actually north because I don't have squad percents heading, and I don't remember cardinal directions like that. So we go in here, and the magician, I believe, is right off to the left, right? Yes, perfect. Okay, so we're going to give Wugan here our note. Give our quest intro like always. A generous 8% start. Equip our robe for an awesome yellow. Equip that. Destroy my book because I do not want to be PvP. And what I actually want to do is just kind of go for him for a little bit of mentoring to start with. I believe our first spell is Evocation. So with Evocation, you're going to fizzle a lot, which is going to be really annoying. All your spells are going to fizzle a lot to start out with, which just wastes time and mana, because you have to regen that mana. So we're going to dump all 5 points into that, so I hopefully don't fizzle the crap out of it when I go outside. As you can see here, Meditate starts at level 4. Meditate helps me with my regen when sitting, so as I drain my mana bar, I have to sit down to help regain that. And we'll just mess with that in a minute. As far as the others goes, this is a summoning class for pets, air, earth, fire, and water. Now you get those, I think all 4 to start with at level 4, but at level 1 you don't get squat, which sucks. Yeah, level 4 to start with. Do I have any even level 1 stuff here? Okay, so flare, whoop-de-doo, but they all cost money. Money that I don't have to start with, as you can see. No money. So I don't even know how hard this was way back in the day, because I didn't play a caster class to start. I started with a melee class. And so to have to go out, farm your copper, save it up, sell anything that you get off any of mob, just so you can earn your level 1 and level 4 spells, was not an easy task for the beginning of a game. So I've learned what I needed to. I'm just going to head out of here and we're going to kill a mob and wrap this up. So, recap on the mage class. You can really do any type of race that you want. There are a lot of intelligence-based items in this game. So your soft cap is at 200 intelligence. Once you reach 200 intelligence, the amount of mana that you get for each extra pieces of intelligence falls. So it's not quite as good as pure mana items at that point. So you've got a balance of, do I want to start with lower intelligence and just get more intelligence items because those are easier to get, or do you want a class that gives you, or a race that gives you higher intelligence to start with so that you can get mana items later on in the game? As far as what those numbers work out to be, I don't know. Somebody's got it figured out there somewhere, I'm sure. Mages are great soloing classes, especially, well, really their entire life once you can get to level 4. After there, you can get your first pets. You can sit back, deal a little bit of damage, but let your pet take all of the damage. And once either your pet is about to die or the mob is about to die, you can unsummon your pet, let it run, the mob run, and kill it off to get full experience, and then just resummon another pet. So there's actually a lot of different strategies for this. So as far as how every person determines to play their own is unique, but that's just one of the play styles. So out here, we're outside the city, which is just a little hole in a cove in Steamfont Mountains. And out here, you've got quite a few guards, but no new mobs. So when you come outside, I always tell people head off to the left, because there's some, what are they called? Kobolds? Yes, kobolds. And skeletons and spiders and rats. And the only concern I have for everybody is there's actually a named troll that wanders through here, and I can't remember his name right now, but he's like 20-something, and he will whoop your butt. So if you ever run across him, run. That is my advice to you. But let's see if we can't just find something. Gnome Skeleton. Where are you, Gnome Skeleton? Hey, you'll work. Right there. So he's level 1. I can see him from across the way. Stand a little bit far back so we can hopefully get a couple of casts off before he comes at me. Fizzle. Okay, exactly what I'm talking about. See, I lost 4% of my mana, and I didn't even do squat. The most aggravating thing in the world, but it adds a lot of fun to the game because, trust me, you're going to fizzle more than you would ever care to admit, which will probably get you killed at some point in time. So my little burst of flame hits for 3 damage. I'm trying to stab in between. Usually what I try to do is start a cast right after he hits me, because you can actually get interrupted. So if you get interrupted, fizzle again. Oh my god. You may not hit for any damage, you can get moved back, which will interrupt your spell. So, one more. Oh my goodness, this is just killing me. I don't even know what to do. Let's get you off this hill. Maybe it's a terrain bug. Thank you! See, that wasn't so hard. Okay, so a little bit more stab, a little bit more stab. Come on. Come on. No. Alright, let's cast and finish him off. Good day. So we're going to loot him up. A little bit of change. 1 silver, 6 copper for an introductory skeleton. That's actually not too bad. But we're going to need a lot more money than that to get my spells. So that's what I'm going to do from here on out. Is just grind some skeletons and some little creatures that I know will give me loot or money. And then I'm going to go turn those in for cash and get my next set of spells. So this was a quick tutorial on a mage introduction. I hope you guys had fun. I always do. Ah, spider! And if you like it, subscribe. If not, Well, screw you. But leave a comment, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you guys in game.